you know, that is becoming this thing that everybody.
Welcome. We are Neil,
Luke and Dave.
340-somethings reminiscing on the runners and riders of 90s guitar music.
We look at the bands who soundtracked our youth on both sides of the pond and interview some of our heroes from the bands that defined a generation.
You'll hear about the good, the bad and the ugly of 90s guitar music.
This podcast is Stupid and Contagious. Episode 113 of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. This week we're talking to Jacob Givens. Some people may not recognise the name, some people will. He's big on TikTok and Instagram and social media. That'll become more apparent when we talk to him later. He'll explain a bit about what he does. And I'm sure a lot of you will recognise the face. But he's a lovely guy. It's a really, really interesting chat, actually. So that's coming up later.
He's American.
He is
American. Yeah.
You're very correct. Correctamundo. So that's coming up later. But before that, what's everyone been up to? Dave, what's been going on? How's your boy?
Oh, he's all right.
Come home with his tail between his legs, clutching his teddy bear yet?
No, he's having a good time, I think.
Has he been smoking the good stuff?
I don't know.
Probably, innit? Probably bonging himself up every night and then before he goes out. So I do.
Not too worried about that, but, just
all right.
worried about harder stuff.
Is he gone to a freshers' ball or anything like that?
Yeah, who plays?
Yeah, I think
Any
so.
bands?
Yeah. Parties, not balls.
Mm.
They usually have
Haven't had a
bands
ball.
playing, don't they?
Not the freshers' ball, do they?
Oh, we did. Who did we have?
You go on about it all the time. You must remember. He's always talking about it, isn't he, Dave? I've forgotten who it is now.
Yeah. Paul Oakenfold, wasn't it?
No, he
Something
played
like
the
that.
Levers ball. He played the
Here we
Levers
go.
ball. But I can't remember who played the...
We had some jam tribute band, I think, play at Hour One.
Right.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, so your boy will be seeing loads of bands, I'm sure. They did the uni circuit, don't they?
Yeah, I hope he does.
Although, My co-worker that just come back from a year at Warwick, she said there's absolutely nothing in the area at all.
Right.
Basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you've got Coventry.
She said there's nothing in Coventry. I don't know.
No.
People, Coventry listeners, if I'm wrong, that's just what I've been told.
I've been to Coventry a couple of times. There's not much there, I don't think.
Mm.
They make a lot of cars, I think.
Oh, he'll have a great 3 years then.
But I think it's a bit kind of, in that case, it's probably kind of more of like a campus-based university in that case. Well,
That's all right. That's good. Because, I went to university in Farnham, which is a tiny little town. But because there was nothing, there weren't any sort of clubs or anything, everyone just ended up at the student union. It was nice. They have a good time, what everyone needs, isn't it?
I've got something for our regular slot, where we make observations about things.
Go on.
Right, okay, go on.
Do you do Duolingo?
Yeah.
Well, don't start that. I did, but I stopped doing it, didn't I?
Do you ever get already fluent, so he claims.
Do you ever get
Doesn't
like a
need it anymore.
perfect lesson?
Yeah, usually.
You used to.
But have you noticed how there's a massive ejaculation from the bottom upwards when you get a perfect lesson? It's brilliant.
What kind of ejaculation do you mean?
It looks like a literal ejaculation going up the screen.
Is this coming from your knob?
Ejaculation.
Yeah.
Coming from your knob?
Yeah. So I reckon they've deliberately done it because
ejaculate?
most people do it do Duolingo on the toilet, right?
No, they don't. I don't. I've never done it on the toilet. They don't.
Getting an insight into Dave's life.
Go on. Okay. Most people do Duolingo on the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you look down at your phone and you see this ejaculation, it looks exactly like you've just done a massive one.
Yeah.
Maybe you have.
Sure.
I was just thinking that was deliberate by
turns you
their
on.
designers.
Each to their own.
Probably is.
So it's just this week's observation.
Okay, it's a good one.
Thanks.
Comments in the comments.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
All right. Here, out the front page, I've been reading a book.
Oh,
what?
Here we go.
I know.
Yeah.
My therapist gave me a book to read, so I thought I'd do that. So I started. It's a big one, isn't it? So the text is quite big.
How many pages have you read?
It's the Compassionate Mind Workbook, a step-by-step guide to developing your compassionate self.
Oh, it's a good thing to do.
Why didn't she give you it before?
Because then I'd probably wanted to
don't need
out my money.
Need the therapist.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, she probably
Is it working? Do you feel yourself becoming more compassionate?
I've only read the first 2 chapters.
Right. All right.
It's interesting, but yeah, I'm trying to wean myself off social media, so that's part of the plan is to do that instead of that. And
Good thing, man.
Seems to be working so far. Yeah, and music-wise, have you ever listened to any Post Malone? Have you got a view on Post Malone?
I haven't really listened to it.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Posty.
I really like him. I stumbled across some of his live performances, and it's really sort of raw.
Is he the guy that does like Nirvana and stuff?
He did do like in the lockdown.
I think I've only seen of him doing that stuff. I don't think I've ever seen his like normal stuff.
But live, it's quite something to watch. He puts everything into it, and it's like bearing his soul. Do you have a look? I just quite enjoyed watching some of his stuff this week.
Is it more rock? Is it like rock?
No, not really. It's like it's a bit of a sort of mix, sort of. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It was. I think when he came out, it was more down the hip hop route, but it's a bit more sort of soulful now. I don't know really. I couldn't really define it, but
I got a music recommendation for our listeners as well. I've been listening to a band called Maruja from Manchester. A crazy combination of like post Maruja, Maruja, maybe. Crazy combination of like free jazz, post punk, post rock, hip hop, everything free in there, man. It's not free jazz, no, free jazz. It's good really film. Cool. It's really good. It's not a good film.
Is it going on the playlist?
It definitely will do. Now I've mentioned it. Yeah,
I'll put some Post Malone on then as well.
All right.
But also, I forgot. I got some good news this week. Sayonara bitches, I'm going to shine on in my Neds.
Oh, man.
So it's a bit like David Brent good news, right? It's just good news for you.
No, because I have got a +1 if you want to come, Dave. So there you go.
Oh, when is it?
It's in November. I'll discuss afterwards the dates and stuff. But yeah, you're more than welcome to come along. So a bit,
oh,
David
man, you two
Brent,
should definitely go.
because Luke can't come.
You got to represent the podcast, man.
Well, I'm going. I'm there.
It's like the podcast IRL that festival. Isn't it?
So I didn't want to jinx it by just assuming I'd get a pass, but Steve has been in contact and said, "Yeah, that's cool." So
would I have to share a double bed with you?
Well, I'm going to stay in the van, so that's what we need to chat about. You're probably better off sorting your own accommodation if you wanted to come.
Yeah,
but you're rich,
really
so you can just book into a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
With a spa or a golf course.
Masseuse or whatever you were going on about the other day.
Yeah. And you can do Duolingo in the toilet to your heart's content.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Luke, anything else going on over there?
There's a new Prime Minister, right?
Oh,
the woman.
He said he's not happy. He's not happy.
I'm not happy.
Oh, you're not into women being Prime Minister, are you?
Oh,
he's a
man.
misogynist. Massive misogynist.
Imagine, if you will, a combination of Margaret Thatcher, Liz Truss, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and you're somewhere in the ballpark
I hate Marjorie Taylor Greene.
What an insane fucking right-wing ideologue she is. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good combo.
No.
But first female, Prime Minister.
Yeah.
That's good.
Should be. It should have been a cause for celebration, but unfortunately, it's the other way. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I was going to say I did my film watching homework.
Oh yeah.
From last week. Yeah. So
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys and Road Trip. Watch Road Trip. Yeah. Not great. Not great. And again. Just the objectification of women was just outrageous. It was unbelievable.
I haven't watched it for a while. Probably doesn't he rip someone's throat out?
It does not hold it. That's Roadhouse, man. the fuck?
Oh yeah, I got my
I
road
watched the
films
wrong
mixed
film.
up.
Road Trip is like Tom Green making like objectifying women. For
That's
90 minutes.
right. I forgot Tom
terrible.
Green was in it. Yeah, I forgot Tom Green.
Do they
was
do
in
a
it.
big jump over a broken bridge?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the car's fucked.
That's good, isn't
The
it?
bit with the French toast
Yeah,
is
that
funny
was
though,
good.
right? The bit
With
with,
the
the French
toast. What?
Where he puts it down his pants.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That was
Yeah,
the whole point
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah. And Lost Boys. Yeah, I'd never seen it. I as soon as I put it on, I'd never seen it. How is that possible?
Okay.
That was brilliant. That was great.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like
that was really good.
mix of humour, dark. Yeah, it's a good mix. Very 80s. You see what I want to live
it's
there,
really
though,
good.
can't you?
Sure. That's great.
Yeah.
In that cave.
Not in the cave.
Neil, just park your van down there.
Actually, yeah, I
Yeah.
would quite like to live in a cave. Sound of the waves.
Oh man, and that Doors track, "People Are Strange," but I think it's that it's the Echo and the Bunnymen version. But
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Bunny.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
Speaking of
film.
music, speaking of versions, fucking hell, I'm really angry. I'm really annoyed
All right.
about this.
Angry Anderson.
Literally, like about 10 minutes before we started recording, listener John, he sent me the new Toya and Fripp fucking Sunday
I fucking
lunch
hate
thing.
that shit.
I mean, I
It's
hate
so
it anyway.
annoying.
But this week they've done Rebel Girl, Bikini
It's
Kill.
still going.
Unfortunately, honestly, I'm still like I'm just angry about it. It's not even funny. It's the shittest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The whole like the sound and their stupid fucking faces. It's
Who is
fucking
it?
ridiculous. It's
I bet-
unacceptable.
have you not
and
seen
it's
any,
been
Dave?
removed from the internet immediately.
Toya and Robert. Is it Robert Fripp? I can't remember.
Robert Fripp, her husband.
Yeah.
Toya, as in Toya Wilcox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So in lockdown, I think it started. They started doing these annoying things in the kitchen where they do fucking covers.
It's the shittest thing
It's
I've ever
awful.
seen in my entire life. That Rebel Girl cover. It's so embarrassing. It's not even embarrassing. It's just rage inducing. It's so bad. Don't watch it. If you're listening, don't watch it. Don't encourage them. Don't encourage them. Go to YouTube. Don't actually watch it. Just click the down vote. Just click the thumbs down
Right.
icon and then go away again.
I think that shows it to more people.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, don't engage.
Still angry about
I've met,
it. Yeah, don't
I've
even
met Toya.
engage, yeah.
She was quite nice. I met her at that Scarf Festival thing. She came and did a little sing song. She was all
Yeah.
right. But yeah, I don't like those either. Those things they do. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Just this particular one. It's just it's ridiculous. Not happy.
Right. So should we get should we get into this week's podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are watching, then please do subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, get involved in the comments. And if you're listening, rate, review. We haven't had any reviews for fucking years now. So someone leave a review. I checked them the other day. There's still no new ones. I'm just talking to myself. Go and leave a review. I think it does help boost the podcast to other people and stuff. So please do that. Share it with your friends. That's the best way for people to find us.
Yeah,
So Royal Hotel Whitby events thing, they're still sponsoring the podcast. So Dave, over to you.
Yeah, so what I'm going to read out, though, it's not my words, is it?
Your words.
But you
yeah.
have to make it sound like your words. You have to get
put
into
passion into it.
come
So
on.
shall I
it's his
pretend I
words.
was actually there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'm just going to read this then.
Yeah.
No,
pretend
you
you're
were there. Yeah.
Well, what an epic night we had on Saturday. The lineup was
Yeah.
brilliant. Massive shout out
Wasn't
to
it?
British Birds. Indie
Oh, mate,
kids
they
from
were good, weren't
Manchester.
they?
Not
They
only
were
did they
good.
play brilliant, but engaged with the crowd. A great starter.
they were engaging.
Ultrasound were slick and professional with
Totally
swirling
slick.
indie guitar melodies. A sellout mesmerised.
I was
Yeah.
mesmerised.
Then Hunt, fuck me. How do you follow two brilliant bands with an acoustic set? You need a massive personality
You
to
said it,
brilliant
Dave.
songs.
You said it.
Lucky
Yeah.
for us, Miles Hunt pops up chirpy and chipper and full of fun. The room
you
hung
go.
on
That's
every
all right.
word of every lyric. He ain't
Yeah.
a bad lad, really.
No.
And Cud smashed it. The room changed from excited, expectant crowd to overly excited parents, giving birth to an energy only the new Royal Hotel can give. The set was epic and quirky.
Is that what you think,
quirky.
Dave? Weird to put the name in like that, but go on. As you were.
The set was epic and quirky indie made sense. Why is this not on every radio in every town? The last song, Only a Prawn in Whitby, was the biggest cheerleading song of the night.
Oh, mate, that went down the storm, didn't it?
Yeah, joined by Mr. Scampy, the Whitby town mascot, playing the Bez role in all its pink shrimp splendour. Fucking nuts.
Wait. Who the fuck is Mr. Scampy?
He's you know who he is. He's the Whitby town mascot.
The town mascot. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah.
What's the last bit?
Fucking
Doesn't
nuts.
matter. Go on.
But no, the bit about going fucking nuts.
Well, that's it. We went
The
fucking
whole
nuts.
event was fucking nuts.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But this is what the Royal is all about, energy. Gone are the coach strips delivering oldies to the door. Are they sure they want to say that?
Yeah.
The Royal has a new heart beating with masses of newfound vibrance. The ballroom shakes with brilliant music we all loved. And the 400-cap venue wants more. Its 140 bedrooms yearn for a party people from the generation that doesn't want to get out. Get old.
That's us.
That's us.
That's us. Gen X.
The new Fat Badger bar was filled with passers-by who loved the tracks that related to the event.
Badger.
The place buzzes and is getting more. Okay, so we got some other dates. So, obviously there's no point advertising something that's happened, but there's going to be more of the same coming. On the 11th, we've got the 80s Daytime Disco.
Oh.
On the 18th of October, we've got Levelers
Disco.
Dan and John plus Geo Force.
Right.
Is that what? Is it Geo Force?
Gale Force?
You're the one you're talking.
Gale Force is full of errors, this text. Is that your fault, Neil?
I haven't vetted it. It's all right. We did this.
Oh, but listen to this. 31st to the 2nd of November
Is
is
it
the
Gale
Goth
Force? Like
weekend.
the woman's name Gale and her last name is Force. Like
Yeah.
Gale Force. Oh, that's a cool name. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
31st to the 2nd of November is the Goth weekend and the Revenant. 4 bands every night for 3 nights, including the 9 Inch Nail tribute.
Yeah.
7 to 8
Neil will be all over
of
that.
November is Ska and Mod weekend, headlined by the mighty Death of Guitar Pop. This is going to be one of Whitby's newest fads. Forget the steampunk nonsense. It's about the two-tone.
Death of Guitar Pop. They're bloody brilliant.
Right. Great.
Yeah, they're really good. Young Scar band. Definitely go and watch it.
Oh, cool. 5th and 6th, this must be December now, is Krampus and the Krampus Ball.
Krampus. Devil.
Oh. A wild night of chilling folk rock. 12th of December is Terrorvision with tributes to Green Day and Nirvana. This one is a festive rock out. Merry Christ Mosh. All this and another
Christ
Mosh.
I like Christ Mosh.
Yeah. Do you think Christ would mosh if he came back now? Would he be in the mosh pit?
No, he's a bit of a pussy, isn't he? Christ.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with the next sentence. I don't know what a DTD is. All this and another DTD with Retro Reindeer on the 20th of December and Whitby Soul Club on the 27th.
Daytime
disco.
Obviously, I know that.
Yeah.
Right. DTD, isn't it?
The hotel, let's just talk about the hotel. The hotel is iconic. Based behind the whalebone arches above the harbour, the history of the building is fascinating. Bram Stoker and Lewis Carroll both frequented the place.
Fuck off.
Who did?
Rumour has it that they
Bram
drank
Stoker
together
and
here.
Lewis Carroll. Huh.
Yeah, they drank together, and they even have the mirror from the fictional story Alice.
So how can they have the mirror? That's what they call
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The inspiration, perhaps. Sex Pistols played their first gig here outside of London in '76, lasting just 20 minutes. Fucking hell. Before Disco Stew unplugged them mid-Anarchy in the UK, only to replace them with Disco.
Fuck Disco Stew, man. Tried to stop the punk.
And so the New Guard takes its tenure. The naughty boys and girls at the top of the cliff. What nonsense and fuckery can we bring to the Royal? Well, if last night was anything to go by, it will be Rich and Strange.
Rich and Strange. That's a cud song. That's nice. Yeah. That's nice.
It's good, isn't it, that? Because I said to Dave, it's Dave who sent it over. I said, look, if you just write what you, because I didn't want to miss anything out. So I said, best if you just sort of send us an email of what you want. Dave can
deliver it. It took me about 10 minutes to get through it.
All right, well, they're paying money. So get the money's worth.
£1 a minute.
And it does sound good. Does sound good.
Does sound good. It does sound good, actually. I am going to try and get along to something.
But I tell you what, I'm wondering if its days are numbered, this place. It's at the top of a cliff.
Well,
It's going to erode away, isn't it?
Like Burning Gap.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, they're trying to get it, get the money in while they can, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get there before it disappears into the fucking ocean,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Are they real whale bones? That's what I want to know. That makes the arch.
I guess they must be.
No, they're just being the shape of that, weren't they? It's like this.
Yeah.
I know what an arch is.
Must be like the inside of a whale's stomach, and its cavity into the arch of the cliff.
I'm going to have a look. I'll report back. So, there we go. That's what this week's sponsors, Royal Whitby Hotel or events, both. Right, so, Jacob Givens. What are we going to do? You're going to do a little bit of a...
I'll do a little spiel, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and how did you get hold of him and get talking to him and get him
Well,
on?
I've been following him for a while because he's big on TikTok and Instagram. And I just thought, that's quite relevant to what we do. And then I just thought, why don't I try and get him on? And I did. There you go. That's the story.
All right. Let me introduce him to people that might not know. So, in his own words, he's a 90s music reaction guy from the internet. That's how he describes himself, which is pretty much it, right? And he kind of mentions it a little bit in the interview. Yeah, he's basically born in Oklahoma, came to LA to try to be an actor, and he was a stand-up comedian and also a writer and a producer and everything like that. Tried to make it, basically. Made a couple of short films, an indie film and stuff like that. And, but yeah, it never really took off in that way. But he explains it in interviews, so I won't go into it in too much detail. But basically, in 2021, during lockdown, he made a reaction. He made a video about hearing "Smells Like Teen Spirit" for the first time. And I read an interview with him, and he said, I think apparently, one of his friends, who was also a comedian, had died, whatever the day, whatever, recently. And he was kind of feeling reflective and nostalgic, which was why he was kind of listening and thinking about those kind of times, basically, the first time he heard stuff, which is what prompted him to do it in the first place. And as he said in an interview, in 24 hours, it got 1 million views. I think the second one he did was about Creep, Radiohead, and again, it got 1 million views. And basically, he's got about 500,000 followers across all different platforms. And he's also got a podcast called Waterproof Records, where he interviews people and talks about 90s music as well. And it's difficult to describe exactly what he does in his TikTok videos, but he explains it in the interview, and we can talk about it after. But it's pretty cool. And
you've got to watch one, really, haven't you?
You have.
You do, really. Yeah. But he does sort of explain about how he goes about it in the interview, which is, he's probably better at explaining it than us.
Exactly. So that's Jacob Givens, and we established he's pretty much our age. He's 47 years old, so exactly the same generation and all of that. So that's him.
All right, let's have a listen to the interview, and then we'll have a chat afterwards. Here's Jacob Givens. Enjoy. Jacob, thanks so much for coming on. Where are you joining us from today? California, is that right?
Thank you, Neil and Luke. Yes, I'm joining you from Los Angeles, California.
Ooh.
Not only California, the best of California.
That sounds pretty good. You've just moved, haven't you?
Just a house move, and only moved about 9 blocks away from my previous residence, so not far at all.
Okay.
Right. Close.
Yeah. So before we started to hit record, we were having a chat about, because we're all in different time zones, aren't we? You're
amazing.
California. I'm Brighton, South of England. Luke, Tokyo, living in the future.
Incredible.
So
this is like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, a little bit. And we'll probably make about as much sense at the end as well.
Let's try to be as incoherent, guys. Let's go for it.
I've never understood a single one of his movies, man. I pretend to.
Let's just do the whole thing in reverse. The whole thing. We'll start at the end and go to the beginning. I love it.
And is that where you're from? Are you from California originally?
No, I'm originally from Oklahoma. I don't brag about that because when you're in the U.S., it's kind of like a kind of place. But I grew up there, born and raised there. But I moved to Los Angeles 24 years ago, and I've been here ever since. So I've lived here longer than where I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for people who might not know who you are, I'm not being horrible, but some people probably won't. But I do,
I'm sure.
because I'm a fellow TikToker. People ridicule me about it all the time.
No, you're not. But, the fuck are you talking about? When have you been to TikTok?
I mean, I go on it. I'm not like
okay, so you watch it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
That doesn't count then.
Well, we're on TikTok.
Yeah.
Our podcast is on TikTok, not
sure,
you know.
Sure.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Yeah, so I've obviously seen you explode on TikTok. But yeah, just tell the listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself for those that haven't seen your stuff.
Sure. I'm like you guys. I'm a Gen X, a fan of the 90s alternative indie rock grunge, that whole movement, because I was a young teenage boy discovering those bands. And during the lockdown, I made a few videos just on a whim about what it was like hearing some of those bands for the first time as a reenactment, not a first time listening, but pretending it was me being 12 or 13 and watching MTV and seeing the video for the first time and talking to myself. And I wasn't really trying to go viral or anything. It was really out of boredom and passing the time. And so much to my surprise, that first video, by the next day, it was closing in on 1 million. And I told my wife, I said, I think I'm going viral on TikTok. And I just kept trying to do, I basically, it was Smells Like Teen Spirit. And I just kept attacking songs that were similar in that they kind of took my breath away or very surprising at the time. And every time I would do one, they would continually, the first several hit the millions very quickly. And then getting responses from the artists that made the songs. That's truly the most surreal part of social media today, is like, we could never fathom when we were kids that you'd make a video about Rage Against the Machine and then Tom Morello himself would see it and then share it with his audience. So that's how I am on your show now.
I mean, it's similar to ours. We put out ours on TikTok, and they just they awesome. Go viral every time. They don't. That's awesome. They don't.
Where did you get the idea to do? That's a really cool idea. Where did you get that idea to do that? It really works. It's really good.
Well, thank you, Luke. It was an accident. That's the funniest thing about it is, I was no stranger as a guy who lived in LA and pursuing an entertainment career for many years. I did stand-up comedy. I moved out here as an aspiring actor. So I have this rubber face, very animated, big face, and I had not used it for comedy, and I'd done YouTube videos and made indie films and things like that. But it really came out of a very simple idea, in that I was remembering the first time I was watching MTV and I saw Smells Like Teen Spirit, and just how it kind of was like blowing my mind. And I was having this conversation, and I was using TikTok, which this is 2021. This is really in that sweet spot of when anyone could kind of achieve popularity. I think I'm proof of that, right? Even me. And so I was filming myself going back and forth, not even changing shirts. Some people have costume changes to be different people.
Yeah, that's right.
I was just talking to myself back and forth. And I had chosen the 30-second sample of Smells Like Teen Spirit, like the pre-selected song. And as I was recording my voice back and forth, after I brought my camera back to watch it back, I realized it didn't record my speaking voice at all. It was just playing the song. And so I found myself in this very weird silent film where I was mouthing words back and forth. And so I decided to type the captions, and then almost didn't publish the video. I put it in my pocket and thought nobody's going to care to see that. And then the next morning, on a whim, I had 23 followers. And it said, you didn't post this, you didn't upload your video. And I was like, fine. So I hit upload, and it went.
Fuck it.
And what it created was this interesting silent movie because really the song gets to be the star. You don't hear me speaking. And then I continued to always be in the same shirt because I got so many, like, in the same clothes, because I got so many people who said, "Are you talking to yourself, or are you talking, what is it?" And I kind of enjoyed the fact that it was up in the air as, is it somebody having an internal monologue? Is it representing somebody from the past? People have said, "Oh, it reminds me of talking to my sibling who's gone now." And so it's just been such an interesting, powerful thing that came together purely by accident. And I'm really thankful that it became the thing that it did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say exactly that. It's powerful because although TikTok, there's a lot of shit on there. There is some all right stuff on there, you know. If you sift through all, and it is a really powerful thing. Like you say, a happy accident. The whole silent movie thing. It really works. It really does.
So that's the story.
Why do you think that kind of the nostalgia really does appeal to people? Do you think?
I think it's two parts, because for some reason, TikTok, which was primarily, especially at that time, I wouldn't say as much anymore, was a very young audience in the 2020, 21. And there's a romanticizing about the 90s to today's kids, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're walking around in the Nirvana shirts. They're looking back, much like when we were growing up, there was looking back to the 60s, right? We seem to be seeing it again, this analog time when bands were raw and real and not auto-tuned. And so one thing was, I hit traction with young people going, this guy really knows about Smashing Pumpkins and on all these other bands that we're not knowing about. And then there is something for all of us who are grown and we've gone on with our lives with kids and jobs and responsibilities. But there's that teleporting that happens when you hear a song that reminds you of being in your friend's basement or cruising around in that terrible car where the AC didn't work. And you're suddenly taken back in time. And I think that as we grow older, that becomes really a powerful emotion. It can fill you with joy, but it also can make you cry a little bit because you can be like, I feel the time. Yeah.
Because I was watching some episodes of your podcast. Waterproof Records is the podcast, is that right? That's the name of the podcast. You seem as passionate about music as we are. I think one of your quotes was that music is magic, which you kind of alluded to there. And you used it to help you get through some really difficult times when your friend passed away. And you know, we can all relate to that sort of thing, you know, and that's what music does, right? That's the power of it.
So powerful. A friend said it's the only form of art that passes through your body. And so that really, really hit me, is that, you know, you see art, you touch, you know, beautiful things, and but when a sound wave, it's passing through all the water in your body. And so you just kind of go, it's touching every part of you.
Sure. That's deep, cool,
man.
Yeah, man.
I know. Whoa, we're diving. I swear. I know I'm in California, but I swear I'm not high. I swear.
It's good, man. All right, let's get 90s. Come on. So I guess we're about the same age. I was trying to work out who was older. Like,
so I'm 40. I'm 47.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Close.
Well, we're 48, so we're basically
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a grade ahead of me in high school, basically.
Guess we probably would have been.
Yeah.
So you said you were in Oklahoma, basically, when the 90s were kicking off. I mean, where were you hearing the music? Was it like MTV, radio, going around mates' houses and stuff? How was it getting into your consciousness?
You know, that is a good question, because Oklahoma, Tulsa, where I grew up, was not known for having, you know, big bands coming through. You definitely had some. We had a place called Kane's Ballroom that was famous for artists to come through. But my parents were pretty strict about music. They were church going, and they were really afraid. We had just left the 1980s satanic panic, you know, all that stuff that was really circulating, especially in the middle of the United States. And so my brother and I were really big into heavy metal, and it scared the shit out of my parents, you know, because we were listening to Metallica and Megadeth and Suicidal Tendencies. And so they were really watching us like a hawk. But my brother and I started watching 120 Minutes on MTV. And there was a local college called Rogers State College that was playing these programs that you'd turn it on Sunday night. And it was just, Dead Kennedys, Pixies, Jane's Addiction, Public Image Limited, and the Circle Jerks, and just insane stuff. And I'm telling you right now, my brother and I never felt cooler because we would go to school and people would be like talking about whatever was on the radio. And we'd be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, you probably haven't heard of, Trompe Le Monde, Pixies, or whatever. Like we just felt kind of like badasses for knowing the artists that we did. And then you would cultivate a group of friends that were all very like-minded and liked those kind of bands. But to this day, I felt what was great is when I went back to my high school reunion 20 years later, there were people that were still like, man, you showed me this one band or this one artist and I never forgot it or whatever. So this has been something I've been doing my whole life, has been introducing people to music.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, was your school divided up like in American films where like jocks and geeks and heavy? Was it really like that in the cafeteria?
100%. And
man, that makes me so happy.
Oh, it was the real John Hughes movie. Yeah. Absolutely. And we had the jocks, and I was trying to run around with the, like the burnouts, the guys smoking the cigarettes across the tracks. And I was trying to do all that stuff. But the funny thing was I was the only one hanging out with those guys. I loved my mom and dad, and that makes you kind of weird amongst the kids that are the burnouts, like they'd be sitting there and just be like, my old man, just so angry. And I'd be like, oh man, my dad gave me $20 to hang out with you guys. So yeah, it was a lot of clicks.
Was there like an alternative kids table for you to sit at? Was there like that group?
Yeah, there was, but I had to walk this really weird fine line down the middle because I was also no surprise here because you guys are watching how animated I am. I was a theater kid.
Sure.
So I hung out with a lot of the performance folk, the real over the top flamboyant. And then also I loved the alternative grunge goth group. We also had some goths as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I always claimed to have been a bit of a goth, but I don't.
He wasn't.
I always wanted to be. Man, I was always so. I was so envious of those guys that would just be like head to toe black fingernail polish, the whole like makeup on, and I was like, man, the courage you have to face
but not in
this
the summer.
Yeah,
it's hot.
right.
It's hot,
especially in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, you die. No goths in the summer, but the courage to face the bullies, because I was scared. Yeah. I was scared of kind of getting my ass kicked because I did a few things clothing wise that were weird, and it was met with a lot of opposition back then. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. We didn't really get those kind of like divisions in UK schools. It wasn't like an American movie. I'm so happy that it's really true.
Yeah, it's really true. And it doesn't happen anymore. I ask my son all the time about, are there these kind of kids? And he's like, no, like that seems to all have gone away. So
interesting.
Well, kids don't talk to each other anymore, do they?
I know they don't.
Listen to us sounding old. Listen to us being old men.
Talk to each other.
And there was this funny film. It was the reboot, the one 21 Jump Street, where they did Channing Tatum, and they pointed out that in high schools now that smart and intellectual people were the popular kids, and that was it had completely flipped. And I thought, that's probably a little bit more accurate,
Yeah. And were you in bands yourself at this time?
Yes. I was in bands in high school, and I was I had a hard time putting anything together in college, but in high school I was always in some kind of band. As terrible as we were, always trying to be in one.
Give us some band names.
Okay. The most prominent one was probably my junior year, when for a short spell I lived in Illinois, and we started this band called the Tesseract based on Madeline Alingle's A Wrinkle in Time. So we split up the word tesser, the Tesseract. And then we had one when I was a senior called Hamster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I was in 8th grade, we tried to have a heavy metal band called Dead Meat.
Oh, that's good. Dead Meat's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Hamster's not good, but Dead Meat's good.
Hamster, I think we were intentionally being terrible. There was a little slacker energy in that idea. So like when Hamster came about, it was more like going along the pavement, like I don't care. I'm kind of I'm going to say something dumb to be funny. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were in a
You
band, me
remember.
and Luke, called Ferocious John.
Yeah. Ferocious John.
I mean, band is a relative concept, isn't it?
We played once
We tried.
in Luke's garage.
Yeah,
I love
it.
That counts.
I love it. Well, how would you describe the sound of? You said Ferocious John.
With the,
It was ferocious.
J-O-N.
It was ferocious.
It wasn't ferocious at all. It was 2 people that couldn't play guitar. 3 people that couldn't play guitar in my garage. We only had guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
pretty bad.
That was the problem back then. Is everybody played guitar? There's a
Exactly.
Radiohead song. It was very true. Everybody plays guitar.
Yeah. I think, I think I proved that untrue that anyone can do it. So maybe like you, me and Neil were both total grunge kids. I mean, when grunge hit, I mean, was there like one song or one album that totally like blew you away?
Alice in Chains' Dirt.
Right.
Oh, get in.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They really, to me, if somebody said, what is the definition of grunge? I feel like, and I know that term, people don't like it. And even back then in the 90s, that pissed a lot of those bands off too. I think it's a good way to describe it.
I think so.
But Alice in Chains for me were the perfect representation of what it was from Seattle.
Yeah, I'd say the same.
It's sludgy. And then the melodies are so kind of haunting, and the way that Lane and Jerry did those harmonies that were very, very minor keys, and just there's something about that. The combination of those musicians to me was the album. Nirvana, I think, caught my attention, and I love Nirvana. But Alice in Chains, when I heard Dirt, I was kind of like, this is it.
Exactly the same, yeah. Did you see them live around that tour? Because we went to see them, and they were incredible.
I'm jealous. Like I mentioned, I had strict parents. Who I caught in the 90s was pretty limited. And so I missed a lot of really, really great artists. I had to kind of beg for the opportunities to go see who I wanted. And so I did get to see the Smashing Pumpkins, my number one band of all time. That's the number one. It doesn't get any better than them to me.
Okay, why? Why the Pumpkins?
It's all about Siamese Dream. That album, and in a lot of ways, I don't think of them as grunge. I definitely think of them as
I don't either. Yeah,
no, they were being from Chicago, being influenced by psychedelic rock and shoegaze, not the same. But when I heard Siamese Dream, that was it. That was the moment that I said that I'll be forever changed, because the way that album sounds, the distortion, it seems to just come through the speakers like caramel. It just like it's like so thick and heavy, and then the way that Billy's voice, some people don't enjoy. It's piercing, so it seems to pierce directly through those frequencies. And I think Jimmy Chamberlain is probably one of the greatest drummers of my generation.
Did you stick with them when they even went like really kind of wanky double album nonsense? Did you stay with them then?
Yes. I don't know if you guys are big soccer, football fans or whatever, but I always describe being a fan of the Pumpkins. It's like rooting for a team, because you have seasons where you're like, we'll get him next time. We'll get him next time. And so
I reminisce about the glory days.
Yes, my loyalty is so deep into the band that despite some of the things that would be seen as missteps or things that people don't enjoy, I've hung in there. And a lot of times, to their credit, I'll hear something, I won't quite get it, and then 5-6 years later, I'll listen to it. Perfect example would be like Zeitgeist, which came out in 2007. I listened to it. I enjoyed it, but I didn't take much time with it. And then I think 5-6 years later, I listened to it and I was like, this is a fantastic album. And sometimes I just wasn't ready for it. But not everything they've done have necessarily connected for me, but still a loyal fan of the band with the poster hanging.
I respect that, man. I respect that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
What's your take on Soundgarden? What did you like them?
Yes, very much.
You don't have to say yes because I don't like them. But
I know I do. I like Soundgarden a lot. My introduction point was Bad Motorfinger. Probably watching.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So Headbangers Ball probably aired Jesus Christ Pose because that was pretty heavy. You know what I mean? Like that was that was on the fence of just pure metal, and so were Soundgarden. Had it not been for Cornell's like screeching vocals that got down to kind of more melodic singing, I think it would have sounded just like a metal band. But Bad Motorfinger
just
never really
never
got into it. Well, super unknown when that hit. I was really into that album, and I am a fan of theirs.
Yeah. All right. Can you give us your top 3 grunge records? You can either do albums or tracks, your choice.
Okay. Gonna go with top 3. Number 1 is gonna be Alice in Chains' Dirt. Number 2 is probably gonna be Nirvana's Nevermind.
Over In Utero.
So In Utero is the better album to me.
Yeah.
But I was just
But you're right to the cultural impact and that kind of thing. Yeah, man. Okay, I get it. I get it.
See, you get it. Is that it's connected to so much of of my youth. Yeah. And Utero tends to have this real haunting history to it just because of the timing of how it all lands. And then I'd say number 3, I'm gonna go with Temple of the Dog.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I was about to say Pearl Jam 10, but I think that what I love about Temple of the Dog is it's really a combination of the greats all on one album together.
Yeah.
See, I'm not down with Temple of the Dog. Neil does it.
I don't
not
like
enough there for me. There's just not
enough.
I don't know, man. Not enough. Yeah, not enough songs there for me. Yeah,
I hear you. It was a very special slice in time, and it's the whole thing's made as a tribute to Andy Wood.
Yeah, which is cool. I love that.
So which is cool, which is great. But you're right. It's not like a band that would go on. It was just like a one-off. But there's something about hearing Cornell, Vedder, and then you're hearing these amazing musicians all coming together. So maybe it has a little bit more about what I know it is. On top of the sound.
I think and that's cool. That makes it a good answer. Yeah, especially getting those even the same track, those two voices is incredible, right?
What about you? What about you guys? I'd love to know what your top 3 are.
Oh man,
have we done this before?
I don't think we have.
I'm not just saying this because you're on, but my number 1 would also be Alice in Chains' Dirt.
Nice.
Okay, my number 1 would probably be Mudhoney, Superfast Big Mo.
Great choice. Yeah. That one was spinning around in the head too. I was going, I could say Mudhoney.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might just copy yours, Jacob.
Okay. I'm fine with it. I didn't mean to reverse Uno card both of you. I threw it back
cool,
on you. You're like, it's our show, okay? We'll be
man. No, we're just chatting, man.
It's all of us.
It's cool. Okay, Mudhoney, In Utero, and then I don't know, Versus. Maybe Versus over 10, maybe.
Nah, not
It's a good choice.
See, I was never a big Pearl Jam fan back in the day. I like them more now, but back then I wasn't really into Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Did you find that without making generalizations and things like that, but like the girl we hang out in like co-ed, as you say in America, group basically with boys and girls in the same group, and the girls seem to like Pearl Jam. and they weren't into Nirvana so much.
Yeah,
Did you find the same thing over there?
very true. I think that's a good point because I was about to say Pearl Jam. I enjoyed the band, but I struggled with them in high school because they also brought in a lot of the popular males that were into sports and that were kind of assholes. And so the more
Pearl Jam brought that in.
Pearl Jam did. And so I think that's because I think a lot of the girls liked it too.
Right.
And so the guys were like, yeah. So girls were attracted to Vedder and they really liked, there was something about that energy that really appealed to them. And so I found myself pulling back because there was a little bit of bully culture surrounded by Pearl Jam, especially in the mid to late 90s.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they make really kind of introverted, like vulnerable, songs that I wouldn't have thought would have appealed to the jocks, man. That's interesting.
Isn't it interesting? And whereas I felt a lot safer in my Pumpkins land, because I felt like we were weirdos that nobody was getting into, there was a touch that goth energy by the time we get to Adore, and Billy's already dressing like he's, like a vampire. And so it's, so I always felt a little bit safer in that. And Nirvana, like you said, Nirvana was messy and dirty and chaotic. Yeah. And there was the guys that I was hanging out with that loved Nirvana wouldn't take showers. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like it was
more
female
from the punk side. Yeah.
It was like female repellent. So
yeah.
Wow.
I think we did something.
So that's interesting. So because of the girls were into it, they brought along their jock boyfriends.
I think so. I mean, maybe they liked it too, but it was something that I experienced, especially in Oklahoma, especially there. Yeah.
That's interesting.
What about Faith No More? We had Roddy Bottom on the podcast.
I'm so jealous. I need to be put in touch with that guy. I adore Faith No More so much. And oh my God. Yeah. I mean, again. Please. They're amazing. Angel Dust and The Real Thing and just, King for a Day. I mean, it just goes on and on. Just what an interesting creative band. But that also didn't seem
so different.
They weren't grunge, right? No.
And not accessible by the mainstream.
They were a weird band, right?
Weird. Went all over the map. You couldn't predict. I did a video recently on their cover of Lionel Richie's Easy. And what I thought was so interesting about that is that never did well in the United States, but apparently it was a big hit for you guys.
Hit. Yeah, it's their biggest song. Yeah.
It was their biggest song for you guys, and it was a big hit in Australia as well. But I was in my video, I was pointing out because I was in the grocery store shopping in the produce section, and they started playing Faith No More's Easy, and I was stunned because here you'd go, they're playing even a cover by Faith No More, and everybody from over there was like, Normal Day. It was the biggest song for them, So I thought that was interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because when we had him on, he was saying that they weren't really that big in America until they got big over here, and then the kids in America started listening to them.
It's very true.
The reverse Bush.
Yeah, the reverse Bush.
Come on, let's talk about Bush.
Well, let's talk about that because you seem to be much more tolerant of like the post-grunge stuff, like Candlebox and maybe even. But Bush weren't post-grunge because they were kind of post-grunge before post-grunge. But I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm speaking for Neil as well, but I fucking hate that shit, man. I can't be doing with it. I can't. But you seem much more kind of tolerant and into that as well.
I appreciate it. I think that one of the things that I've really tried to cultivate is kind of a celebration of music in all my social media. So I never get into really anything that I don't like because people have the tendency to like, there's plenty of that. If you want to go online and see hundreds of anti-Creed arms wide open videos.
Right? It's easy.
It's so easy. Nickelback, whatever. And so for me, when I was 12, 13, 14, was I more discerning about, me and my brother over there going like, well, we know about the cool underground band that you don't know about, of course. But in my 40s, I have this tendency to kind of look back on even the ones that were just a here today, gone tomorrow, one-hit wonder. I look back on it a lot more fondly now, and I can find kind of the joy in all of it. And so I wasn't listening to Bush in high school at all. And yet now getting a chance, being invited to go see them play live, I've been really like, oh, I'm pretty impressed with this. And you know, some of the new music that they're putting out now, he's got this guitar player in the band who's been there for the past 15 years named Chris Traynor. And Chris Traynor is from this band called Orange 9mm, and he was also with Helmet for a little while. So Chris Traynor has like heavy shit pedigree,
Proper
right?
credentials, yeah.
Yeah, so he's brought in like some of these new tracks that Bush is putting out. He's playing on a baritone guitar, which is like B standard or C standard, and it's like heavy. And so I listened to it and I'm like, all right, I like that, you know. So that anyway, but I get your point, which is there was definitely a time because in the 90s we were getting the great songs, and then MTV and the radio was handing us stuff that you were going, this is like a copy of a copy of a copy. This is really losing any kind of soul. And you did see that back then, but time has helped heal that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
I mean, we always mock Stone Temple Pilots on the podcast. Although a lot of the people that listen to the podcast, they love them too. You know, it's each their own, I think. But
yeah, I mean, you know, the thing about them is that was my first concert, 1993.
Right.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Right.
Yeah, they played in Tulsa, and the show was the Flaming Lips, Butthole Surfers, and Stone Temple Pilots. And so Core really was an album that when Weiland kicks in with Dead and Bloated, I was like, this is badass. I really, really like it. But I've heard the feedback, you know, here in the States, it was the same thing because Vedder is getting attention for his vocal style, and Weiland is coming along and you know, that is becoming the thing that everybody, you know, everybody's kind of going, oh, is that just how every male singer is going to be now? And it was frustrating, I'm sure, for a lot of these men who were like, that's just how I sing. But, you know, anyway.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, man, Flaming Lips in 93 would have been good.
Oh, it was so
before
cool.
It was going around in a hamster ball and stuff.
Oh, no, this is long before. This is this is when
they were like stoner kids, basically. Yeah.
Yes, this is Hit to Death in the Future Head. This is right around Transmissions from the Satellite Heart. This is when Ronald is still in the band, and they're a guitar-driven band. Yeah. And everything is noisy and almost Sonic Youth and chaotic. And And I remember actually that night, they blew me away. They were kind of the band of the night that I was like, who was that? And I was really, really impressed by it, which I still love the Flaming Lips, but they are not the same sound now that they were in 93. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, how far do you go with I mean, I go up to the Soft Bullet and I don't go beyond with the Flaming Lips.
I still enjoy Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. We often talk about the US and the UK divide in the 90s on this podcast. What kind of UK bands were getting through to you over there?
We were getting a ton of Oasis, and I would say, you know, Oasis was getting pushed very hard. And of course, everybody knows about the famous Blur versus Oasis, you know, and then Pulp kind of on the sidelines. But the funny thing is, I don't think anybody I went to school with even knew the first thing about Blur at all. You know what I mean? Like besides Song 2, that kind of rivalry wasn't talked about in the United States at all. And Pulp was almost completely unknown. You know, you really had to have your finger on the pulse to know about, you know, a different class and be paying attention to those things. But like, Blur, before Song 2, I remember seeing the Universal on MTV and being blown away with how Stanley Kubrick the video was, the Clockwork Orange references.
Droogs. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, I was just blown away by that. And another funny thing that happened was when I made a video about how moved I was by that. I made this video of where like when the strings kick in, and I film myself
Okay,
like I
Oh,
film
mate,
myself
I love
coming
it.
out of the top of a car and the wind is blowing and all the people from overseas wrote like, you mean the hold music on our phone companies? Because I guess that song got
it
licensed
is.
to a
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I think it's on loads of adverts. Yeah, yeah.
So
Ah,
everybody
it's
from
beautiful,
England was
man.
like, oh, it's hold music, and I was like, oh, we didn't have that happen here.
I love the Universal.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. So how
Yeah.
did you get it? Were you like buying like import copies of Enemy or anything like that?
Yeah. So thanks to that underground radio, thanks to 120 minutes, and thanks to just really paying attention. All you had to do to keep your finger on the pulse of what was happening was stay up late, watch TV late because MTV got weird late.
Right.
You'd
Yeah.
all of a sudden be watching and they'd throw on XTC's Dear God or
Mhm.
they throw on something that you'd be like, I don't know what I'm watching right now. And so you just kind of had to make sure you were paying attention. And then you'd meet another cool alternative zine making weirdo who would be like
Yeah.
your guy, who you'd hang out with and they'd go, have you heard Frizzle Fry by Primus yet? And you'd be like, no. And then you'd listen to it and you'd be like, this is insane. So you just had these people in your life that kind of would keep that going. And when it came to a lot of the English music and the British bands that were coming, it was just paying attention to what MTV would put on late.
That's interesting that they're like this kind of cool underground thing to discover late at night when they're literally on the front page of like the national newspaper, over in the UK.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Oasis, of course, is beloved by your country, I know, and
Yeah.
it's tough because they were really painted as such assholes to us in the United States that I always have had kind of a bad taste in my mouth about those brothers because of the way that they would present them on MTV News. They would be like,
Right.
they think they're better than the Beatles and all this stuff, and so it was just
They
interesting how
did
they were
say all
painting
that
it.
shit.
Yeah, they did,
but
and
it was
they're
just-
great
it's
musicians.
Just a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great musicians.
How about like my image is that like shoegaze was kind of bigger in the US than Britpop was, or at least some of the bands were. Is that true, or neither of them were popular basically?
No, I would say My Bloody Valentine and Swerve Driver and all that. That's really under the radar back then,
Oh
and
wow.
I very much so. I think it's interesting because TikTok really brought shoegaze back from the dead because there was a lot of kids started talking about this genre called shoegaze and all these bands started popping up, these modern bands that are really emulating that My Bloody Valentine, Walls of Sound, and but it was so underground that I don't think people realized when bands like the Pumpkins were coming through how much shoegaze and how much influence was there because it was that hidden from the mainstream. Those kind of bands weren't getting a lot of airtime. Now, people who were really into music, like me and like you guys, absolutely knew about those artists, but they weren't getting airtime at all.
It's interesting. Yeah. All right, if you can, top three Britpop or shoegaze records.
Well, I'll keep with Britpop. I mean, I gotta say, Different Class by Pulp is probably
100%. Yeah.
number one.
Answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. Blur is gonna have to go number two.
Park Live.
Probably
Yeah.
Park Life. Blurs is number two. I was debating on which one, but that has to be because I was thinking about even though the Universal is my favorite song, that whole album is not as good as Park
No,
Life.
it's not at all. No.
Not as good.
Great Escape. No.
Yeah, Great Escape. And then three, let's give it to Oasis. Definitely, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
Good
yeah.
album. Good album.
It's good, right? It's a good.
It's incredible.
answer.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the perfect album. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to
Yeah.
sneak Radiohead in there because I know. that
Oh,
you're-
but would you
Radiohead.
consider?
Again, they're a bit
Britpop,
different,
but-
aren't they? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to
They weren't
say
really
if we're talking about Britpop, I don't count them.
No, I don't
No,
either. But
no,
they
they
totally
weren't.
broke through in the US, right? Radiohead, they're massive, right?
Huge, and
Yeah.
actually, in my top five bands of all time is Radiohead.
Oh, okay.
I
Even the
very
post
big.
bored of
'90s,
Radiohead.
Yeah,
and all of
because
that.
even though we get a little weird post 90s. I've been along for the ride. I mean, what's been coming out in the past few years maybe it hasn't connected as much, but In Rainbows I really loved. And I really loved Amnesiac, and Kid A, of course. So they've just got a good 5 album run where I feel like all of them are pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're a great
Yeah.
band.
I forgot about Radiohead. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about kind of these one-hit wonder things, and you do these treasures videos.
Yeah.
I had a look. I've
I
never
like
heard of any
those,
of the
yeah.
ones that I looked at. I've never heard of any of them. How do you choose those? Were they ones that you were into back in the day? Or are you kind of digging back and finding them, or how do you do that?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked because I get a lot of messages from people that say, "Hey, I've got a suggestion for you on your 90s treasures. Here's a band." And I always kind of reply kindly, but for now I'm doing bands that were mine. And so I'm you know what I mean? Because like what makes them fun is I made a playlist where I went and grabbed every single song from the 90s, and I created one that was like more obscure. You'd go through the list and you'd be like, nobody remembers this one, and who's thinking about Wales, Hobo Humpin', Slobo Babe.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Like who's thinking, I love that song, but nobody's thinking about it. And then who's really giving much discussion about Placebo, or who's talking about this art, just these artists that I thought I would put these on a mixtape, but maybe not everybody knows them. And it started with bands like Superchunk and Morphine, and I was just thinking of these bands. And so I've been gradually going down a list that I have ready, that I'm going, okay, this week it's time to do Catherine Wheel. Okay, this week it's time to do whatever. And then eventually, once that list is done, then I think I'd probably be open to going like, okay, what's an artist I don't know? But I'm worried about opening those floodgates because I get a lot of messages from Australians, Canadians, people from England that are like, you forgot about this band. And I'm like, no, I didn't forget about them. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah. No, you got to keep it personal, man. That's it, Yeah. Do you have any favorite of those kind of treasures?
Morphine is one that was very fun to share because that's like such a short legacy. The lead singer, Mark Zanneman, died on stage while performing. Really? Yeah, in like 1999. Yeah, and it's such an interesting band to come out of the 90s. A bass, a saxophone, and drums, just crazy sounding music. And then. Oh gosh, there's so many. I almost wish I could just take a sneak look at the list right now as to which one would be my favorite. But I am gonna take. I'm gonna cheat here. I'm gonna take a look. I love sharing things like Sunny Day Real Estate is probably one of my favorite 90s bands from Seattle that just doesn't get enough credit. That's
a good one.
Yeah, and Failure and Sunny Day Real Estate are ones that I really enjoy highlighting.
I'm with you on the first, not on the second.
All good.
Well, speaking of keeping it personal, do you have like a band that's like your band that like maybe not everyone knows them, but the Pumpkins is big, but it's like maybe not so well known, but just like for some reason they're just like ridiculously meaningful for you, and they always will be.
Yeah, again, sorry to repeat my answer, but Sunny Day Real Estate. That was one that didn't get the mass attention here in the US at all. And so when I meet other Sunny Day fans, I am over the moon about it. And also I've been so fortunate to meet and hang out with all 4 of them backstage and talk to them, and that has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. And then I would say another one would be the band Hum. And Hum really never got their credit. Yes. And I think that, most people know the song Stars. That was really their only big hit that we had. I mean, by hit, I would say very small. When you show people Stars, they're like, I kind of remember that song. But what an incredible band to come out of Champaign, Illinois. And then their drummer tragically died in 2021, and so right when they were putting out a new record, we
Hum's an interesting one. How would you describe them? They're kind of a bit of on the heavier side, right? Kind of
They
guitar wise,
they
but the
are.
vocals are kind of like melodic vocals with heavy guitars, right?
Yeah, it's space rock is a thing that's often
Okay,
described
I'll give
as
you that.
space
Yeah,
rock.
yeah,
Very atmospheric, very fat guitars, like just
yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
I haven't heard them in so long. I'm trying to picture exactly what they sound like. I just got like the album with the zebra on the front. Is
Yeah,
it's the only album I know of theirs. But
yeah,
okay, yeah.
yeah. Definitely give it a listen. You'd Prefer an Astronaut is the name of that album with the zebra on the cover, and then Downward is Heavenward, which is comes right after that, is very good. And then they released in 2020 Inlet, and that was their kind of return, which is incredible sounding. So it's all very very good.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. I like that. I like that answer. That's good.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Oh, we've kept you a long time.
No, I don't mind. I'm having a blast. When it comes to like-minded music people, I could talk to you guys forever.
That's cool. That's cool. All right. So, without being too negative, are there any '90s bands that you really not you don't like, but you just don't get? You just don't. People love them, but you just don't get why they were popular.
I can. So I don't talk about it much, but um, I've gotten kinder about it as I got older. But when I was young in high school, when the Bare Naked Ladies would play, I would run. I would run the
You're in
other
good
way.
company.
I would literally fingers and ears, and I
Yeah.
would just take off
What
running.
is that? What is
I
that?
don't know. And I would be surrounded by these people
I think
that
they're
were
back,
like,
aren't they?
probably. But I would be around these people and they would just be like, "Oh, man, 1 week since you look," and I'd be like, "Oh God,
God,
it's not for me."
it's disgusting.
Yeah. And then there were other easy cheap shots like Hootie
Yeah.
and the Blowfish, and those were
I
ones
was
that I
going to
was like,
mention Hootie. I was going to mention
yeah, it
Hootie
was
at one point.
never any good to me.
No. They never made it over the pond. I know they were big in the US.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Yeah.
What about Counting Crows? How are they for you? I don't mind them. You see.
When August and Everything After came out, I didn't enjoy Mr. Jones, but then when you get to Round Here and then you get to Returning the
album,
Saddle,
Yeah, it's good.
they have Returning the Satellites has what that song is, I'm Not Sleeping, whatever that song is. It's so good. So he had some incredible songs. But a lot of the ones that were radio friendly weren't for me. But then I would get on the album and I would be like, what's on the album is better than what they're putting on MTV. So
Yeah. What about REM?
I have a deep respect for. They're so important for our transition to the 80s into the 90s because, like Jane's Addiction, they're kind of ahead of the grunge explosion, with the sound that's coming out of Georgia and what they're doing in music. But by the time we get to Automatic for the People and everything after that and all the kind of, radio friendly stuff, I think I lost a little interest in them, but I do think that they're important.
Right. I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I hate their early stuff and I like their commercial stuff.
Go and listen.
Yeah.
There's a little rant on it. I think it's on TikTok.
Cinder.
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. Maybe it's the 80s
music,
production
isn't it?
behind it. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it's not well recorded. That's for sure. So
It's not well written.
even it's the end of the world as we know it.
I'll give that's a good track. That is a good.
That's
track.
a great
That's
track.
about the only one. Yeah.
I love Night Swimming. I love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I love all my
that's
people. I love. Well, half of Out of Time is good, but
Yeah.
He doesn't
anything
like the
before
early
that,
stuff.
I can't be
College
doing
rock.
with. Yeah.
Orange Crush. That's a great song.
I can't do it.
Again, it's not bad, but two songs out of 5 or 6 studio albums. Come on.
All right, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of the good times. I'm only thinking of the good ones.
Yeah, which you should. We should got to keep positive. You're right. All right, Neil.
You got me to say a band I didn't like,
We
which
did.
kudos to you because nobody's ever really gotten that out of me before.
Okay. Then let's bring it back to the positive
We like to
side.
be
then.
honest.
We apologise for that. We like to keep it positive too, because music's subjective. Whatever.
For sure.
I'm sure whatever 1 week means a lot to someone, and I love them for it, man. I love it.
Have you ever heard of a band called Top Loader over there?
No, I'm not familiar with them.
Don't bother.
Don't bother.
Okay.
Yeah, although music's subjective, they're objectively.
They're objectively bad. Yeah.
We mock them all the time. They're an English band. It's fine. Well, they're never coming on here, so we're all right with that.
We're safe.
Yeah.
Neil,
so
do you want
we
to
asked
ask our
the
final question? Go on.
Yeah, we asked our guests the same question. If you could have been in any band in the 90s, apart from Hamster, who would it have been and why?
The Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Now, that would require me to be prepared because the leader of the band might have been a challenging, strong personality.
Yes.
But
has been said.
Really, during the Siamese Dream, Melancholy, I mean, even Adore, Machina, the whole 90s run, Gish to Machina, everything about what that band was doing sonically just worked for me. And I'm just such a huge fan that I used to, when I was about 13 years old, I woke up from a family road trip and I said to my mom, I just dreamed that I was in the Smashing Pumpkins and I was playing on stage with the band. So I even dreamed it.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's great.
Have you seen them? Have you got to see them? You must have.
So many times. Yeah. I was fortunate enough to see them in the 90s 5 times. So I had a 94 Siamese Dream show, and then I saw them every album after that. And then since they've been back together in 2018, I went to shows once they were back together, but ever since TikTok and Instagram have gone well for me, I've gotten close with Jack Bates, who is the current bass player. He's the son of Peter Hook, and he's the current bass player in the band. Yeah, and so we talk all the time. And isn't that neat? Yeah. So Jack is a really good guy. He's Manchester. He's a Manc.
Can you understand? Can you understand what he's talking about?
I saw Peter Hook and the Light a few months. He plays with Peter Hook and the Light, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he plays with his dad. Yeah, but we've gotten close, and so I've been very fortunate that Jack will say, "Hey, the band's coming through in this show. You're on my list," and so I get to go see them a lot now, which has been great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I make a Spotify mixtape for every episode we do. So as they're such an important band to you, what Pumpkin song do you want me to put on the mixtape for you? I don't want to put the wrong one on when it's such an meaningful band.
Yeah, Mayonnaise from Siamese Dream is well known as my top tier. So everybody so people who are familiar with the videos that I make, they'll be like not a surprise at all. Yeah.
I've seen the Mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate the time. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It was absolutely a pleasure. I had so much fun. And if you ever find yourselves out in the United States, especially out west, let me know. We'll grab a beer, and totally. I'll let you know next time I'm over in where are you? Tokyo? Is that
Tokyo? If you're in the area,
if I'm in the area,
for a sake.
Go get some sake.
Yeah,
I love it.
But we'll put links to all your stuff in the show notes so people can find you.
Yeah, I really appreciate it
Already, but I'm sure that, people will know who you are because you.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, it'll be neat. It'll be neat if you guys are introducing me to people who aren't familiar with my stuff, and because I would imagine that anybody who likes Stupid and Contagious podcast is going to know 90% of the stuff that I'm talking about in my videos.
They'll definitely be able to relate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to stop the recording now, but don't jump away just yet. Thank you.
I won't.
There we go. Jacob Givens, lovely guy. And Dave, did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, he's really nice. I think maybe that's why he didn't make it as a stand-up. He's too nice.
Too nice.
You've got to have a bit of a nasty streak, haven't you, to be a stand-up?
Yeah, I think that's one of my favourite interviews. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe
it's just like talking to a mate about music, right? Yeah.
He's got a good voice, hasn't he? Good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's a really interesting chap. Yeah, it was just a really nice chat, wasn't it? Really. He did make a good point quite early on, and we've kind of experienced this ourselves with our podcast. Is that back when you're listening to all these bands back in the day, you could sort of never imagine that you would end up like talking to them one-to-one sort of thing and then sharing your stuff. It is quite mad, really, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's one of the good things about social media. You know,
Yeah.
it's not all bad because it wouldn't happen
No.
without it, right? Would it?
No, it wouldn't.
No.
Definitely wouldn't. It's like I think the best example probably is Ed Smash. Like he regularly sort of likes my personal stuff, and that is just genuinely interested in what's going on. I think he's just a really nice guy.
And then, and he was like a god to you back then, wasn't he? Or, I mean, maybe not a god, but almost.
Well, yeah. Well, we've spoken to a few people, haven't we? That,
It's mad. It's totally mad. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get used to it either.
Yeah. But this is reality, right? You know, the whole putting people on pedestals stuff is ridiculous, isn't it? They're just people just like us, but maybe with a bit more talent in certain areas.
A bit more talent, a bit of luck. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't mind putting people on pedestals because it just means so much, you know. When you spend that much time with someone, with them not knowing it, it's mad, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah,
that's what humbles him, isn't it? When people from the actual band start sharing his stuff and that, there's a different.
And
there is a different.
It should keep us
thing,
humble too, man. It should.
It does. It does. Whenever I see people from the bands sharing our stuff, it does. It's quite a mad thing. Yeah, we should stay humbled. You're right. I doubt it. I won't.
You won't. No.
I take it as they just think that I'm amazing. So that's how I take it.
Yeah.
I like how his that first one that went viral, it was just a happy accident, really. He forgot to record the audio. I love stuff like that.
Well, it's the fact that he was playing the song. So because he was playing the song on the same phone, the audio didn't come out. So that's why.
But his intention was to record
accident.
the audio, wasn't it, of himself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He didn't forget. He just didn't. Yeah.
No,
and he stumbled upon something that was really effective.
Yeah,
it totally works, right?
And unique. I hadn't seen anything like that before.
Have you watched some of them, Dave? Now,
Yeah,
they're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I do like the way it's done. Yeah, but it was by accident, which is how a lot of the best things happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the Eastbourne pantomime? Because in the Eastbourne pantomime, probably all pantomimes, many times.
Oh no, you haven't.
Behind you.
But there's always a segment where they pretend to go wrong.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And always there's half the audience that really thinks they've gone wrong and don't understand that it's part of it.
You've got to be a seasoned panto goer, I guess, to be in on the joke.
Yeah.
I've never been. I don't think I've ever been to panto. I think I went 1 year with an ex-girlfriend.
Panto's great.
The one in Eastbourne is really good. It's always the same people doing it.
I think we went to the one in Eastbourne. Biggins still doing. He does one every year, doesn't he? Biggins. That's all he's done for the last 30 years, isn't it?
I think he does the big ones in London.
Biggins does the big uns.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luke, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I thought it was interesting. He said that kind of the young people that watch his videos see him as like an authority on like the music at the time, and then the older people like our age see him as a peer. Which is how he kind of appealed to so many people, right? Which I think is an interesting observation.
Yeah, and he was
cool.
But he knew his stuff, right? I was surprised at how much he knew about British music and stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely he's a bit like Luke. He knows what he's talking about. But on that, when he was speaking about romanticising the 90s amongst teenage kids, which I think is happening, like we're seeing the T-shirts in Primark and stuff. My question is, how the fuck do we get them to listen to this podcast? Because I fucking tried and failed. Comment below. Let us know how we get.
You need to invent like a TikTok dance.
Oh, maybe that's
too long and boring for the young.
Like hold it down in the background or something, and
it is too. Dave's right. It is too long and boring. But not the clips I put on YouTube and on TikTok and that. They're not. They're only short.
Yeah, they don't have to watch the whole thing. They just have to watch the short ones.
Yeah. I was speaking to someone the other day, and I've said in the Facebook group, because I just wanted to check that everyone was still cool with us putting these long form episodes out, and everyone was. But the ideal length for a podcast is between 39 and 42 minutes, apparently.
Oh, fuck off. For who, though? No.
I don't know.
Don't agree with that. Again, it depends on the demographic. I think like people our age are much more.
Well, I did check. That's why
to listen to longer ones.
You want it to be as long as a bath.
I was happy with it.
39 to 40 minutes, that's quite a good bath, but anything longer, the water's getting really cold and you're shriveling up.
You don't listen to it all in one go, that's the thing.
Well, some people do, don't they? They like to listen to one episode.
Some people do.
In an innings.
It's probably like a dog walk is a good length for our listeners, maybe.
Yeah, but they're all cool with it anyway. But yeah, the young people, we need to get them on board. We're trying to document the history of the 90s here.
Dave,
don't even
do a
try.
Dance and we'll put
You'll never get them on
track
to listen.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, but the audience, it's not the audience, is it?
Well, I'm with Dave. I'm happy with our crew, man.
I am.
The audience we have
is nice to get out to more people, isn't it? More
they
than
are
merrier.
perfect. They're great.
We love. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like those ones, am I? I'm just saying it'd be nice to get it out.
A little tribe, to quote Nirvana. Music is the only art form that passes through your body.
Yeah, I've got that. Is it?
Is it?
Food?
Sound wave.
Food
like gourmet food?
Form.
Food is, well, I guess, gourmet food is an art form. You're right, Dave.
Okay.
It's quite a good one. Passes through,
film
literally passes through your body.
But film involves sound, doesn't it? So I guess that passes through as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an interesting way to look at it, though.
But I get what he means, It's loud music makes your whole body pulse, doesn't it? Vibrate.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, when you hear that bass lines,
which one
goes right for it? those ones.
Those ones. Yeah, all of them, all the bass lines.
Then it really hits home, doesn't it? The whole viral thing. He wasn't even going to put that video out, and guess it just shut because you fuckers, you do this, and then, well, Luke, you do interviews and the research for those and that. Dave, he just goes back to his day job after this.
Goes back to his masturbatorium.
So I do put all these, keep persevering putting these clips out in the hope that one of these gets scooped up by the algorithm at some point. Could happen. You just never know.
It will. It will.
Like, he wasn't even going to post that. He had it just sitting on his phone. He thought, "Fuck it, why not?"
Yeah.
One day.
Keep going, mate. Keep going. We'll get scooped.
We've had a few that have had, have done all right, but
we'll get scooped. Don't you worry.
We'll get scooped. 2 scoops. It was 2 scoops.
Don't know. Forgot.
I think he was one.
What is that from?
I think he was a contestant on American Gladiators who jumped over cars.
2 scoops.
Yeah.
That is impressive, though, isn't it? Jumping over a car.
Yeah. I think they did like a American versus UK gladiator thing. And I think 2 Scoops was one of the American contestants. Don't know where that comes from. Anyway.
But I like Alice in Chains, he said, was the definition of grunge.
Yeah, I agree with him on that.
I hadn't thought of that before, but same here. That's exactly what I think of when I think of grunge.
I said that before he said it.
So, fuck you, Jacob. I don't know what I think about that. Mate, I'm going to have to think about that a bit more. Maybe.
Yeah, because, it's definitely not Pearl Jam, because they're just more like a rock.
Nirvana are too punk and underground. Yeah.
Yeah, and
scrappy.
Nevermind was maybe a bit too commercial. It's great, but yeah, there's something about that Dirt album that's just dirty, in it.
But it's
grungy, isn't it?
A bit.
Yeah, it's grungy.
A bit. But
it's grungy.
I'm gonna have to think about it a bit more. I might agree. Maybe.
But I did love that whole chat about grunge. I thought it was a really good chat we had with him about the whole grunge scene. It was good.
Yeah, it's good, eh?
Yeah, we could do with him on that grunge wang that we did. Too late, now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, you don't get to chat about grunge to many people, right? In that kind of index. It's great.
Really. Yeah, it was really good. Interesting, because we went through all the bands, didn't we, really? Well, not all of them, but we did do quite a deep dive, and then we spoke about a few other outsiders as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
REM.
Yeah.
But he loves the Pumpkins, right?
REM thing,
He does like the Pumpkins. What do you think about his idea of following a band like you follow a football team? Even if they're shit, you still stick by them.
I like that.
See, I don't agree. I don't do that.
Do you not?
No.
Why not?
But would you go
let's
back? If they put out a shit album, then they put a good one out, would you go back?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah, I mean,
follow them.
with a football team, you're supposed to be loyal to your dying day, right? However shit they get. I don't agree with that with a band, but I like that he's talking more about the relationship with the band, I suppose.
Which is nice. Yeah. Being a loyal supporter.
Yeah.
No, even if my favorite band puts out a terrible album, I won't buy it. Is basically I'll stick with the band, and but I just won't buy that album.
We never established if we bought Infinite.
That's true.
Sadness and melon.
But like he says,
voice.
you're kind of like he says, we'll get them next time, and I like that. I like that attitude. This album was rubbish, but the next one's going to be good. Yeah.
Do you think Radiohead are a similar band to the Pump?
In what way?
Like the British version?
No. Do you?
Well, I think I always put they go in the same sort of space in my head. Like they're both bands that I don't really like.
I'm not a
Please
massive
elaborate.
Radiohead fan.
And they have quite complicated songs and quite deep lyrics and quite a bit, a bit pretentious. Yeah.
Wanky.
That's
I know
true.
what you mean.
Yeah. I guess the Pumpkins kind of went overblown, while Radiohead went deliberately kind of underblown, if you know what I mean. But they both went complicated and pretentious. Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that, man. Yeah, maybe.
I think that's how Radiohead lost me, really. I didn't really... Because I like... On paper,
Yeah, I
they
like the
should be my
first
band,
album.
because they're miserable fucks. Perfect. But I just could never... It was just too wanky, I think. I need simple.
I've talked about it before, but it took me a long time to come round to Radiohead, and now I really like them.
Yeah, I mean, I do like some of their stuff.
Maybe I
Probably
should
need to
give them
it a
another go.
re-listen. Yeah, maybe we've aged and our brains.
Yeah, I think you probably
adapted to
like them. Yeah, it's good.
But it is fascinating how well they did in America, and it made me just think what a disaster Britpop was in terms of marketing.
Yeah,
I mean,
no Britpop bands really, did they?
It's because it's called Britpop.
Yeah,
What such a stupid name.
could have been called USA
well,
Pop.
no, I don't know.
Yeah, but exactly. I mean,
British things are popular though, aren't they? But why is that?
No,
why would that
but
be
yeah.
detrimental?
But on a marketing perspective, it's not great to sell it to an American audience.
No, because like when all the bands in the 60s, they called it the British invasion and stuff, didn't they? When all like the
Yeah,
Beatles
but
and stuff went
America
over, and
labelled that themselves. It wasn't a label that we put on.
Right.
yeah,
I think that's the difference.
Huh.
I just think it's
maybe.
disaster, because British music was so successful, 60s, 70s, and the 80s was massive.
Yeah.
And the
early
90s was a real
and the
low
in the early
point.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
with
it
Jesus
must
Jones
be
and
because
that.
of Britpop.
Yeah, I think you could be right.
I wonder what it was. Right? Yeah, it wasn't because it was the
Yeah,
kind of
something
music.
didn't connect.
Or maybe it was. Yeah, I don't know.
But Pete,
Something
other
didn't connect.
countries don't like it when a country starts getting all nationalistic and
Yeah, I think you're right.
flying their flags and
You
stuff.
might be onto something there, man. You might be. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if the US,
there was a
if
kind
there'd
of
been a
a certain
US
arrogance,
pop,
wasn't
we'd have
it?
been, we'd have been
No, it
turned
definitely
off
was.
by a US pop, wouldn't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone
Yeah.
near it.
Yeah, I think you're
No,
right. I
that's
think
right.
it was
Yeah.
I think it was the arrogance of the whole Brit. I think that's why. I mean, I know they did get relative success, but I think that's why Oasis didn't really connect with the Americans, because we just saw it for what it was, that they're just playing up to the sort of bad boy label. But I think they generally thought they were nasty people.
Yeah, that's what Jacob said, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
I mean,
interesting
and
to hear
Oasis, they were the most successful by far of the Britpop bands in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
weren't
couldn't
in
be
America.
ignored just because of the size they were over here. But yeah.
It's interesting to hear that. But and I was just thinking, like, the Americans that really did that, like Kid Rock, for example, wearing a fucking, Stars and Stripes bandana and shit, and they never got anywhere in the UK, right? So you might be onto something, Dave. You might be.
I think so, yeah.
It was funny that listening to him getting Luke to admit that some of those REM songs were good.
Yeah, it got me. It got me.
It was good. Played you at your
I
own
thought you
game.
hated Orange Crush.
I mean, it's objectively, it's not a bad song. Come on. He did get me. He did.
He did.
Yeah.
He's good.
I enjoyed his Stone Temple Pilots impression as well. That was good.
It's good, wasn't it? I might clip that up. Might go viral.
Sure.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But it's true though, and what that whole point about. I think that is why I don't like Stone Temple Pilots, because it just sounds like he's trying to sound like Eddie Vedder when he's probably not. He's just sounding like himself.
Yeah. I guess so.
Just
I
his
guess so.
voice.
It just happens to be that it's the shit, weak parody version of Eddie Vedder's. It's just coincidence.
Yeah, maybe it's just maybe that's just shit. Well, they get a lot of love. We got to be careful with.
People love him.
People do love them. That's all right. It's objective.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
We encourage disagreement. Get involved in the comments.
Sure.
That's what it's all about. Have your say. We're a open church.
Broad. Church.
That's it.
But we're open as well. We're not closed. We are open and broad.
Good job I got you two, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's endearing and it makes us feel more clever.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here
Win-win.
for.
Win-win.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Don't mention it.
I fucked up on the flaming lips. Actually, I felt a bit stupid about that. In my head, the soft bulletin was after Yoshimi battles the pink robots. I meant up until Yoshimi battles the pink robots. I know.
just look like a
Watching
bunch
it
of
back,
fucking
I just wanted the floor to open up and swallow me. Honestly.
Neil, cut that out so he doesn't get to have his right of reply in the video. It'd be really funny.
Oh man, I got loads of shit for getting the fucking Sonic Youth cover wrong a few weeks ago.
You did. That's the thing, though. You've set your bar too high. Now, if you fuck up,
I'm never the way. No, I always claim I don't know anything.
No, I know, but we know you know a lot. But with me or Dave to a certain extent, if we fuck up, people don't get it because they just know we're idiots anyway. So, but you've actually got a lot of musical knowledge.
I know, yeah. It's tough, isn't it?
Not enough, obviously.
So yeah, I'll put a link down below to Jacob's socials and stuff. But you just go and have a look for him if you're on TikTok, Instagram, all that sort of thing. He's around. But yeah, definitely go and have a look there. I think you'll find them. I think you'll find his stuff enjoyable. So go and check it out. Show some support. Lovely chap. And he's got a podcast as well, so go and find that. I think it's on YouTube and the usual places. Go and find that. But thanks so much, Jacob, for coming. I really enjoyed that one.
Loved it.
Hope to chat to you again at some point. But that's it for this one. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Royal Whitby Events, Royal Whitby Hotel. Get along to some of those events that we spoke about earlier on in the episode. I'll put a link to them in the description, but definitely go and show some support for those guys. Go along to one of those events. They do look good. So,
do you actually do that? You always promise to put links in the description. I always wonder if you actually do it.
Yeah, I do it, Dave. Actually.
But, it's like those tiles on my porch. He always says he's going to fix them. I'll come back with and fix it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair comment.
Sure.
Well, I guess when it's his business, he takes it more seriously.
He does.
Oh man, he's got me. All right, I have to sort those out. Now he's publicly shamed me. I have to do it.
Exactly. Fix those tiles, man.
I should fix those fucking tiles. I will. If you're watching this, then please do give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Please do get involved in the comments, talk everything grunge, all that sort of stuff, whatever we're chatting about. Just get involved. And if you're listening. And yeah, leave us those review. I'm going to check. So if anyone leaves a review, I'll probably read it out next week. So there's your incentive. Yeah, share it with your friends. We've had a lot of new followers this week, which is really nice. So that's how it works. Or Giggly. Do I need to mention that?
Yeah, or giggly.com/stupid and contagious podcast is now where the app is.
There you go. Said from the horse's mouth. Is that right?
Yeah.
That reminded me,
Why
I've been
not?
watching Alan Partridge this week. It's quite good. The new one.
Is it the
new
new
one?
thing?
Yeah, it's
I
funny.
haven't seen it yet. Is it good? I'll definitely check it out. Cool.
If you're new to the podcast, if you've come to us via Jacob, welcome aboard. If you're into 90s music, this is a place for you. We've got lots of interviews with 90s stars. If you're into your grunge, we've got Blind Melon, we've got Pearl Jam, we've got Faith No More. We didn't mention Blind Melon, we'll mention the other two in today's chat with Jacob.
Yeah, we did a grunge
a
special.
load more. We did a grunge special. We got a deep dive into In Utero. We got loads of stuff for you to dive into in the archives. Also, I make a Spotify mixtape for every show, and I was making today's actually as I was listening back to the interview with Jacob, and it's one of my favourite ones to make because we just cover so much of the 90s in our chat. So it's a real kind of journey through the 90s. This week's mixtape. So have a look at that as well. Have a listen.
I'm gonna have a listen. So.
It's a good one. It's a few things that we don't normally get talked about, like, bands like Hum and stuff like that, which we probably would never get mentioned if we don't have someone like Jacob on. So it was good fun to put that together. So I haven't arranged it in order yet. Well, I've just chucked it all in. But yeah,
Well, that's the art of the mixtape. That's where
it will be curated soon.
That's it for this one. Join us next week. Wang next week, isn't it? Yeah. So join us next week for episode 114 of the Stupid and Contagious podcast. Dave?
See you in a minute.